All right. What's up, everybody? We've got ourselves a big best of 5. It's the quarterfinals of HomeStory Cup, and Liquid's Clem, no stranger to being this deep in a tournament, in the top right of Hecate. He's going to be facing off against, though, an upstart, Shopify Rebellion's Harstem. Not really an upstart, but a man who's recently returned to top-tier play. He's always been very good, solid pro, but recently his results have been astounding. Harstem for Shopify Rebellion in the bottom left side of the map. And looks like he's going to wall off the Reaper path as well. And I got to say, not the biggest fan of the Reaper wall off. But if you're playing Clem, he's so annoying that it's probably worth it. His Reaper's just irritating to fight against. And Harstem's not scouting. I like this choice. Clem doesn't proxy that much. I actually think skipping the scout makes you safer versus proxy unless it's a super committed all-in-one. So I actually really like this opening for Harstem. Very solid. He also went Nexus before Cybercore. You're going to realize if you skip scouting Nexus before Cybercore, you can almost always get away with this. Maybe the Reaper gets into Killer Probe, but I think with a little bit of micro, Harstem will be just fine. He's just making sure there's no bunker right now. Oh, we can't quite reach that SCV. It's just out of reach right now. Well, he's just going to build a shield battery and back away. Normally you want to build the shield battery out of range of the bunker, which is why he builds it up slightly. He's actually going to throw this probe away. Interesting choice. I would not have done that. I don't like losing any probes here at all. Stargate goes down. It's an Adept, though, not a Stalker. Oh, he's going to try and kill it. I like the shade while he deals with the bunker. Oh, and he saves the probe. Good micro by Harstem here. Harstem showing that indeed he is a very hard stem. Well played. Also, the Stargate hasn't been confirmed just yet. Very good defense by Harstem. Really well done. Loses a probe, but an SCV, a bunker cancel. And remember, this is a double gas build for Clem. He's built multiple Reapers, hasn't found any damage. Really well played. There's actually 3 Reaper, 2 Hellion on the way. Wow, okay, Clem's going hardcore on this. And there's no third gateway unit. If you don't build an Oracle, this could get you in trouble, Harstem. I always say against the double gas builds, you should be building a third gateway unit. He sees 2 Reapers, so he knows. And he's still not building it. Harstem, there's greed. And then there's being naughty. And you're being naughty right now. That's right. You naughty boy. This could be really problematic. I don't know why the Reapers and the Hellions are splitting up, though. You can't get in there, can you? Unless he screwed up this wall off. That's perfectly placed, though. Okay, this is weird. Clem's going to go for it. Only 1 Adept and 1 Stalker. There is a battery, so that does help. Oh, good focus fire. Oh, really good stutter step there as well, actually. Probes are going to try and pull to help add a bit of damage. I wouldn't mind him just pulling those probes. Oh, he's blocking them. Oh, a probe just killed a Reaper. Don't see that every day. Does lose 4 probes. Oh, 5 probes. Yeah, having an extra Adept makes this much easier to defend. So I do think that's a mistake from Harstem. Now, obviously, he was short on money, so he would have had to skip a probe. But if he has 2 Adepts and a Stalker, it's a much easier defense. And he could have had it out in time. So I will criticize Harstem for that. I will say that's a small error. At the end of the day, though, 3 Reapers and a Hellion for the 5 probes. One of them died earlier, of course. I don't think it's too bad units loss-wise. Harstem, as long as his third isn't delayed too long, he will be catching right up. And he's actually going to play Phoenix Colossus this game, a very turtley style. Now, why would you play turtley against Clem? Well, because Clem is insane with micro and momentum and aggression, and I think slowing the game down, which is what Phoenix Colossus does, is a very good way to counteract Clem's speed advantage. Whereas if you're out there on the map fighting him with Blink Stalker Colossus positioning or Blink Stalker Zealot Immortal, then Clem can really work the APM, those fast young hands. Unfortunately, he sends the Hellion across 3 hit points before it finishes repairing. So this SCV, guys, has literally just gone, yeah, he's like, well, technically my work order says I need to keep repairing it, so I'm just going to follow him across the map. Unionized SCVs, always finding a way to slack off work. Gotta love it. Remember, guys, if we go back in our deep past, there was a much better time. No unions. Just 14 hours a day in the coal mine. And I just feel like I wish we could return to that capitalist paradise. Anyways, Hellion's trying to move around right now. Someone's going to get all political because I said that. I just make random references. I'm the least political person in the world, guys. Keep it in your pants. Hellion's going to get picked up there. Marines are going to go down that right side. No, he's going to go out the left. Okay, so this is the I'm going to sneak 8 Marines into your main base. But pylon's well positioned. The third base getting delayed by that probe snipe, I think, was really good for Clem. Oh, the Observer sees him? Clem saw the Observer, though. Oh, Clem is a nasty, and you know he's going to move over and scan it. Oh, Harstem's taunting him with that observer. I love it. Dude, who notices an observer there when they're flying out of the base? Who does this? Seriously. It's actually ridiculous. Because if he didn't realize he was spotted, he would have flown across the map and lost the whole drop, and it would have been great for Harstem, but... Oh! Accidentally attacks his own Widowmine for a second. Luckily, doesn't kill it. Fourth gas is on the way. Clem is very committed to a 2-base parade of Biomine. Second Colossus is actually not started yet. Only the first Colossus coming out. But I guess first Colossus with range on the way is not bad. It's actually prioritizing Phoenix and Probes over a second Colossus right now. Small mistake there for Harstem. There we go. Does chrono that second Colossus. It's a 54-second build time minus 10 seconds for every chrono you put into it. So 34 seconds if you put 2 chronos into it. Oh, here we go. Bio on the right side. There's no... Oh, my God. Oh, no. Harstem. Oh, no. He doesn't have a battery. He's got, like, 3 units. He can't defend here. He's only got 2 gates. Clem could literally stim his Marauders on that. I mean, I know an Immortal's a good unit. It's not that good. Already a pylon getting picked off. Shield batteries will finish eventually, but they won't have any energy. Oh, no. Harstem just a little bit slow on his unit count, it seems. His Phoenix being out of position. He's got a Guardian Shield. He's thinking about engaging that pylon. Will repower those shield batteries momentarily. Double Drop's already reinforcing towards the main, though. It's the classic Clem maneuver. You know what? He doesn't lose the base. Only loses 2 Phoenix. Could have been worse than that. He's got to split to the main, though. You got to sense. Harstem, you got to get a sense for this. You got to realize he's coming in right now. Oh, but Clem's doing such a good job of distracting at the third. Sacrifices a few Marines for it, but he finds his way in. Phoenix will pick off a Marauder. Not the best target. They will pick off the Marines and the Widowmines much more effectively. He's going to start going after those Medivacs, but oh my God, where's Harstem's split? He doesn't have a unit split. He's trying to deal with it with just the Phoenix alone. Looks like the Medivacs will boost away. The Marauder's getting taken out. Bio Army does rotate. Harstem catches it. I mean, this feels like Harstem has no units in the right position, but it seems to be working out okay for him. This is why I don't like the wall off. It's always a little exposed, but he actually keeps it alive. Already replaces the pylon in case it goes down in future as well. 3 Colossi moving left. Clem staying a bit too deep in Protoss territory. Oh, Harstem's not watching his army because a Widowmine drop comes in the right. There is a cannon behind the mineral line, though. It's out. No, it's in range. The Phoenix pick up. This is actually looking like potentially a lead for Harstem here. I kept thinking he was just going to die. I thought Clem was going to sneeze on him and he was going to fall apart. That's kind of how Phoenix Colossus works. But now he's at the point where he's got charge and +1 almost done. He's going to 4 gates. His 4th Colossus is almost out. He's on 7 Phoenix, about to be 8. It's actually a pretty damn good solid hold so far. Left side, though, drops coming in. It's a Widowmine drop yet again. Phoenix are ready for it, though. Army dives on the right. Doesn't quite commit. Phoenix should be able to shut this down very easily. And he does pick off that single Widowmine. Nicely done. Clem's going for a Ghost Academy right now. He's got his +1 armor about to finish, so it's 1-1 in a moment versus just +1. +2 has started for Harstem, and he's going up to 6 gates and a Templar Archives. Not going to be very effective against the 3 Ghosts, but keep in mind, there's only 3 Vikings. So the Viking count kind of sucks against a 4 Colossus army. Harstem's army is definitely very powerful. I like this observer positioning. Not a single observer died this game. He only has one of them out here, and one of them is further back. Scan goes down there. He's thinking there might be an observer, but yeah, he's got an observer here. He's going to move over to the right as well. Oh! Oh, free kills. Phoenix are going to wreck it. They will kill the medevac and pick off all of those Marines. Oh, no. Harstem with a bit of a misclicky there. Well, he's going to let 3 of those Marines escape. Bit of a derpy derp. Careful. Oh, it's a super derpy derp. Loses a Phoenix as well. Harstem's got to keep it together here. He's in a pretty good spot. Even supply. Here's Clem, though, man. Clem's got a 4th command center on the way. +2 attack is on the way as well as single eBay keeping it going. 2nd Robo, 2nd Forge on the way. Harstem's looking for a timing attack right now, though. Realizing 4 Colossi versus 6 Vikings. Pretty damn good for the Protoss player. Zealots running in. They get caught, but it baits his stim and it baits a lot of the bio out of position. He's got to watch out. Widowmines. Oh, man, these Widowmines are a problem. Does take out one Widowmine. Another one is exposed. Colossi picking away, though. The Observer plus that does well. Oh, man, the Vikings. Vikings pretty good versus the Phoenix. The Phoenix are getting wrecked. The Colossus need to march forward. Harstem needs to start a step. He's got to focus on the Marines and the SCVs, and he does. Oh, the Archons and the Colossus just obliterate the worker line and all the bio. He needs to warp in some Stalkers, though. He doesn't have much anti-air. That Prism is going to take... Yeah, it gets taken out. Vikings do take out the Observer as well. 16 workers and back off. I think that's the right choice. You've got double Forge. Why not just use it? +3 attack, +1 armor on the way. Blink starts up, realizing, guess what? The Phoenix are pretty much a non-factor in this game anymore. Better to focus on Stalkers from now on. And building Immortals and more Observers. I think when you're ahead, getting more Observers is the most overlooked part of PvT. I feel like we've seen so many games where Protoss is ahead, and they just have no map vision, and that's what ends up losing them the game. I would like to see a little bit more production from Harstem, though. He's going to start Disruptors now. Those modern 4 supply Disruptors doesn't get talked about that much anymore, but they definitely aren't a big mass mainstay like they used to be. The 10 Disruptors in the late game army. Something we don't see very often. I still think it's quite powerful, but something that a lot of players are not wanting to do it versus Clem because his spreads are so good. Few gaps in the robo production, but only for a few seconds. I love this Observer. One on the left, one on the right. Clem's just turtling up, but unless he gets range libs, I don't really see him finding a massive opening. I mean, he's going to go 10 Vikings. The Colossi, I don't know. I mean, actually, it's still kind of awkward for Harstem if you think about it. He doesn't have that many Disruptors yet. Single Zealot, 9 foot tall, big boy, does rip. He makes some marine sushi. The Terran body goes flying off into the gardens. A bit more fertilizer. Ooh, Disruptor shot dodged. Looks like some Stalkers are running in on the left. The old behind the mineral line pokey poke. Army's rotating here. I like that Disruptor shot. Good spready there for Clem. Beautiful reactions. +3 attack. So he's going to go... he's on 2-2 versus 2-1. Harstem's not far behind in upgrades, though. He will be closing the gap. I look at this whole game, and I'm kind of like, man, what do you do as both players? Okay, so it's second stop. It looks like we will see the libs on the way. Disruptor's going to clean up that one. But for Harstem, how do you finish it? I love the Dark Templar. I think it's classic Disruptor DT is a good way to beat Terran in the later stages. Oh, the Vikings are here. The Colossus aren't there. I love it. I love this, guys. Harstem's realized the Colossus are kind of useless. He's got the counter. Just send them home. The Colossus is just chilling at his 4th base. Unfortunately, that means his army is a little vulnerable right now. The balls take a second to cool off. 7 foot tall Dutchmen do get very hot in the pants region, guys. It's all that cheese they ate. What can I say? Is he just building more Disruptors? Yeah, he hasn't really used the Dark Shrine yet. He kind of needs to do that as a surprise. Double drop moves down the left. Marine Marauder Ghost on the right side. Stalker's trying to catch up. Oh! Okay, good Disruptor shot. First good Disruptor shot gets 3 Marauders, finally giving Clem something to worry about. I love that there's a pylon here. You can't land on that. Spike in the bottom of the command center would definitely hurt. For those who don't know, command centers have AI that actually feels things, which is why they won't land on Zerglings, because they feel bad about killing critters. They won't land on pylons because it'll hurt their buttocks. But the bio does clean it up. The command center finally able to land on that one. Get the double drop on the left side of the map. Colossus Zealot is there. A few Stalkers ready to stop the rotation. Good army split so far for Harstem. I like that he retreats so readily. So many players stay too long and get surrounded by Clem's army, but Harstem's been very good at retreating when he needs to. Colossus eviscerate a couple of the Marines, and a quick pickup by Clem. Uh-oh. Ooh, okay. Well, he does take out 2 of the Widow Mines. Only takes 1 Widow Mine shot with the Stalkers. Pretty good D. Oh, but if Clem brings his whole army, that's where he's got to back off. So you've been EMP'd. Half your Disruptors are empty. Empty. They're empty. Me speak good Anglo. And good Englando. Mi Angles is, poo-poo. 2 probes going down on the right side. Looks like a Liberator is coming in. +1 ship weapons is there. There's no lib range yet. Good pullbacks by Clem. Oh, and he finds the Colossus. Harstem leaves his Colossus just sitting out there. Oh, that's bad. That's bad. Liberator goes down in the bottom. Finally, Harstem regains control, but those 4 Colossi going down sucks. Harstem is a Chad gamer, though, guys. He's doing the classic 5 Robo build. I've been talking about heavy Robo for years. It took one Korean man that looks like Metapod showing how powerful it is at a $400,000 tournament earlier this year for the rest of the scene to finally get robo-obsessed. And this has always kind of been something that fits Harstem's style. He's a very slow, methodical player when it comes to winning the game. He likes to kind of slowly set up advantages and pick at his opponent with like disruptors and tempers. Good disruptor shots. So if he can instantly remax on Colossus after killing all the Vikings, get 5 Colossi out, he'll catch Clem with no answer to it, and that'll be really good. Now, obviously, range libs are coming out, so they're not a terrible answer, but it is what it is. Man, Clem is so annoying. It's the way he dodges and then immediately is chasing you before the shot even expires. But Dark Templar coming in. Nice. Looks like the Widowmine did shoot, but a beautiful spready on these Dark Templar. For those who don't know, the Dark Templar, their whole goal in life is to take you to Dark Templar Town, which is a special place that has a certain Gucci scent to it. Stalker's coming in. Command Center in the open. Getting that would be good. Denying this expansion would be fantastic. Great pickoff, but you got to be careful. You're kind of stepping into the Terran sandwich right now. A big juicy set of Protoss filling here. I love the disruptors covering the retreat. Gets a few Marauders. He's trying to throw the balls out on both sides and pulling back down that ramp. A great call for Harstem. Looks like he killed a few SCVs building these command centers as well. There are still new bases coming out. Clem is on 5 bases against the 6 bases of Protoss, but it's hard to find an opening, man. The bio just keeps stimming for days. They can just dance all day. They can dance all day until they can't. Until they can't. It looks like their feet did get a little bit sore after all. A moment of inattention. And a big ball lands on Clem's face. That was what we call a caster curse. Harstem, you can thank me later for that one. The Widowmine does get taken out by a disruptor. I am always here for me boy Kevin. Don't get me wrong, we all love Clement, but Clement, if you want to say it properly. Oh, big ball lands again! But Harstem, a big underdog here. Definitely the player I'm cheering for in this series. No offense to Clem. 4 disruptors have gone down. There's still 8 up on the field. It's a good army for him. I like the heavy cannon battery on the left. I do think Harstem could use a few more gases. He's just taking gases here now. He desperately needs to get that gas mining up, because more gas means he can add Storm and he can remax. But right now, it's going to be pure Zealot remax, basically. It's not like his gas income's that bad. It's definitely a bit lower on the bank than we'd like it to be. Oh, disruptors kind of getting caught out a little bit, man. The forward spready's very dangerous there. Clem chasing like a mad dog. Commander on the right gets jumped on by Zealot, Stalker, DT. Nice attack from Harstem. He's still got 6 disruptors. He's making +2 plasma shields as well, so his upgrades are pretty slick. Man, Clem, how does he not get bored of dodging these disruptors? He's just looking for that one moment when they can't fire and snaps 2 of the disruptors. Oh! But he takes a giant ball. He kills 3 or 4 disruptors and he gets punished finally. That overzealous micro. The Zealot DT's clearing a mineral line on the right side. His Liberators are over there, but that means his left side's a little open. Libs are going to siege. The Stalkers will blink and take out. They're going to one-shot. Wouldn't mind him killing the sensor tower there, but of course, Harstem once again saying, look, I'm low on disruptors. I need time to retreat. Oh, he gets a bunch of Viking kills. That was great. That's an 18-kill disruptor in there. The other one has 1 kill. Remember, guys, he has 5 robos. He can rebuild those disruptors if he so chooses, but he seems to have been maxing out on the gateway units. Uh-oh. Oh, Harstem was playing high-tech Robo-Man, but he's devolved, guys. He's gone from Homo sapien down to pre-Neanderthal status. Uh-oh, he's gone back to Gateway Man. He's trying to pick up a bone and hit Clem over the head with it. It is a more mobile force. It may lack the complex depth of Mass Robo, but Zealot Stalker is very mobile. You can catch him out of position. It's a momentum style, though, and oh, no! Clem does get an engage, a beautiful engage there. Does take out a ton of Harstem's units. Harstem needs to keep building those expensive units. His upgrades are continuing. He does evict Clem from the mining here. If he could kill these command centers, that would be potentially game-ending. But he's got to stabilize at home. Those range libs are an issue. Luckily, libs can't take out cannons, so this setup is making it hard for Clem to push in. He's going to stim into it, but battery overcharge cannon. And look at the flank! The Stalker's going after the Liberators. They are unsieged. People always say, how do you beat Liberators? Well, this is it. You catch them unsieged, you jump on them while their pants are down, and you kick them into the dunny, mate. If you catch your opponent in the middle of their business in the outhouse, you want to get in there and do that damage hard and fast. Dark Templar on the right side as well. Harstem outplaying Clem in this late game. Clem actually struggling to keep up right now. He pulls his whole army back on that right side. The command centers are burning. The SCVs are getting taken down. Command center on the side is getting jumped on by the Zealot Stalker. Good disruptor coverage. Does keep the Marauders back. Yes, the disruptors go down, but does it matter if you kill the base and all the workers on the right side? Big lib bio counterattack. Harstem needs to warp in, and I think he needs to keep trickling Dark Templar into this. There's only 5 orbitals on this map. I don't know how much energy is on them. I'm just going through. Looks like only a few scans available right now. Obviously, he's got EMP as well. Let's see if Harstem can deal with it. He's up 30 army supply right now, but those Liberators have something to say about that. Ouchie, ouchies. Harstem's going to lose this base. He could recall to defend. The Liberators can't defend from every side at once, but Harstem's taking a while to conglomerate his army. He's down to 50 probes as well. He doesn't have that much bank. So, and it's a mostly Zealot Stalker force. He's lost his economic advantage. Don't get me wrong, Clem's mining sucks, but so does his now after losing his base and another one behind it. He's trying to take the bases on the left. Oh, the Libs are going to siege. Oh my god, the Libs are going to siege on top of this army. A crazy move for Clem. Harstem does take out a few of these units. Oh, good disruptor shot. Gets a couple of Marauders there. Another one will go out to cover the retreating disruptor. I love the way he spreads these single Marauders forward and keeps trying to tag the disruptors. He's going to move left here. Is Harstem a wise choice? You don't want to get caught while your balls are empty. You want to make sure you are always virile and full of that payload ready to go. Mining very low on this left side of the map. A lot of these probes are following each other, guys, so he doesn't realize he's actually still got about 14 probes on this base. Definitely could transfer those for some long-distance mining. He's backing on the front right now. He's got a lot of units. The balls are there. The Zealot Stalker's backing off. It is 3-3-2 Protoss now as the +3 armor upgrade comes in. And it looks like the Dark Templar. Oh, the Dark Templar! Oh my god, the Dark Templar's ruining him! Oh, the command center's burning! It's burning. The EMP needs to go down. He finally EMPs that Dark Templar. Not a moment too soon. The Liberators are getting caught, though, by the Stalker flank. He could easily take out more of them. He takes out 3 Liberators there. There is a Liberator on the right side. The balls! Harstem! Oh! He takes out 6 of his own Zealots. Fantastic disruptor shot. If you're a Terran player, it doesn't matter, though, because the positioning is good enough. And Big Kev does it again. GG, well played, Harstem. He's been full of surprises this season. He takes map 1 versus Clem, a fantastic start. All right, let's go into the next map. We've got Clem in the top right side. Dropping the first map versus Harstem, a bit of a surprise, but I think I love the methodical move in, poke back, retreat, retreat. He kept retreating, and Harstem was able to chip it in with those disruptors. The Dark Templar was trickling in fantastically well. Thing is, Hecate is a map with a lot of choke points, which Harstem used every time he wanted to retreat and recover his disruptors, right? Get those shots back up. This map Equilibrium, as good as it is for Protoss, because there is a gold base down here, there are a few more wide open areas, and I also worry that if you ever lose control of the tower, if you don't have observers out there, they can pick up and drop your main. Because sometimes you're so busy as Protoss down here trying to cover this bottom side of the map, and on these maps where you both spawn, rather than cross map, but actually both in the corners, and there's a kind of like airspace almost between you, there's always the like, either all the fighting is happening just in the front on this top path, and that's it, or you're kind of really stretched out and hitting the extreme edges, which we know Terran likes to multi-prong versus Protoss. Big Doom drop in the mains, big ground attacks on the south at the same time. Alternating between those, or kind of doing half and half, attacking both extreme fronts at the same time, something that Harstem will likely have to contend with. My question, though, is if he wants to play Phoenix Colossi, does he just take the front third and ignore the gold base? I think as a Terran player, on this map, you're paranoid about that gold base. You're super paranoid. It is a reactor first build. We often see that go into 3 racks. This time, he's gone command center into second gas. Is Clem going Raven or Banshee? Why would you go second gas before factory? Actually, is this one of those Marine Tank Banshee pushes? I think this might be a Marine Tank Banshee. I'm trying to remember, because it's like, I feel like, I don't know if it's like an ancient euthermal guide or like Hero Marine talking about it. I feel like from like 3-4 years ago, I vaguely remember a build order where you took a gas before the factory. I'm going to guess Tank Banshee. It's definitely something very heavy on gas. And because he's got so many Marines early with the reactor first, that already is going to give massive support for those sort of pushes. And if he can deny the scouting, Harstem might think it's a 3 racks, might think it's, you know, just a Widow Mine drop. Seeing 4 Marines this early, Harstem's definitely going to be wary of just how much Marine firepower is available. He's got a Stargate on the way, so Stargate will confirm. No, it's a Cyclone. Okay, why? You don't need this much gas for Cyclones, though, do you? If he just goes Marine Cyclones and Medivacs, I don't see the point in the second gas so early. Because look how much he's banking. Yeah. Clem may have just messed up his build order. It's always a chance. No scouting for Clem, so we won't know about the incoming Oracle. Cyclone's fantastic choice against it, though. Cyclone absolutely rocks against Oracles. One Oracle does beat a Cyclone, but if you're quick enough to repair, obviously you can still beat it. And if you get 2 Cyclones out, they'll do fantastically well. I was doing Marine into double Cyclone drop and trying to attack the front with Marines while doing a double Cyclone drop for a while in TVP. Pretty good against greedy builds, and especially people who open Stargate. I feel like it's a fantastic opening. Third Nexus on the gold into a second base. Oracle sees the army moving out, and he's like, oh, do I need this to defend? Harstem's like, yeah, I need this to defend. That's wise. That's wise. I think this is a very smart choice to just try and go home. No? Wait, what? Oh, he waits for the second Cyclone to leave. Oh, was that a fake out? He's going to struggle to defend at home, but he's getting very good damage done here, that's for sure. I like that he goes for the guys who are on the depot building. There is a Marine out right now. Oh, he's backing away from a single Marine. 2 Marines. How often do you see an Oracle run away from 2 Marines, guys? He will lose a Gateway and a Cybercore there. He's going to have to replace those, but the Oracle is doing 7, 8, 9 workers worth of damage. Oh, okay. Looks like just 8 and a Marine before running out of energy. Good defense by Clem in terms of denying a bit of damage by pulling SCVs, but 8 SCVs is still a lot to lose. 3 Stalkers plus a battery should be able to defend pretty easily. The trick there is if the Cyclones got a little bit closer and he picked them up and forced him to fight, that would have been a great fight for Harstem. Harstem can shut this army down and like just kill it. It's massive, fam. Those Cyclones take a lot of damage. They're so fragile. Second and third barracks are on the way, and yeah, there's 300 gas mining banked up, so definitely Clem made a mistake taking a second gas so early with this build. Phoenix going to pick off a few Marines before going for the Cyclones. 1 Phoenix goes down, a second Phoenix goes down. As long as he doesn't lose any more Phoenix, he should be able to shut down this drop. But, oh, Harstem with some miss micro. Don't lose that Phoenix, man. Oh my god, Harstem, no! Oh, Harstem's losing another Phoenix and letting a Cyclone escape potentially. Oh, he's getting out microed here. Big mistakes for Harstem there, unnecessary. He's in a really good spot. He has the gold base up, so as long as he can just chill, he'll be fine. Oracle chasing. Oh, you don't want to lose that. No. Okay. Does do a revelation. Turrets are up in the mineral lines. 3 racks building stim shields. First medevac's about to pop out. Harstem doesn't have a Twilight, does he? Oh god. Guys, Harstem forgot his Twilight Council. He's going 8 gate, Forge, Phoenix, Gateway with no Twilight. What's an analogy? Okay, guys, he's got a shipment of 1,000 rifles to fit out his regiment. Forgot to buy bullets. He's going to use them as clubs to hit his opponent. That's what these Gateway units are. These Gateway units without Twilight Council upgrades, I don't know if he thinks there's just a really fast push coming and he feels he doesn't have time or what, but this is crazy. These Gateway units suck without Blink and Charge. They really suck. The Stim Buyer is going to outtrade them very well. It's looking like it's a conscious decision for Harstem. It's just a bizarre one, not one I'm too familiar with. You know, I haven't really seen people go 8 gate, no Twilight. 4th base? Pre-Twilight? Is he going to just be super sentry focused or what? Crazy. Widowmine in the natural as well, forcing a cannon in each base. Nicely done. Oh! Harstem just cancelled his cannon. That's got to be an accident, right? Oh, Clem is such a dickhead. Clem being a bit of a dickhead there, just retargeting that Widowmine, finally ends up cleaning it up. But yeah, Harstem's got a Robo coming up. He's got +1 armor about to come in. I mean, it's basically slow Zealot, Stalker, Sentry. What is going on? Twilight Council now starts. Sorry, guys, failing as a commentator, I can't really comprehend what Harstem's build is. It's either genius or it's 0 IQ or 300 IQ. I'm tending towards 0 IQ right now. Oh, cute force fields. Pretty cute force fields. The Phoenix go in. Oh, he does drag 1 Widowmine, but didn't really drag it onto the Terran units and didn't have enough Phoenix to shoot down the Bio. And definitely a very weird build for Harstem there. Trying to use a mixture of sentries with force fields, slow zealots, Phoenix, stalkers. A cute idea, but definitely bizarre. All right, guys, we got Harstem in the bottom right side, repping Shopify Rebellion, looking like an absolute mad dog. That last game was definitely a bit of a weird one from him. Clem in the top left. If Clem sat back a little bit more, I mean, you can imagine there's a world where that kind of sentry slow zealot style works, and you just get that giant full base economy up before adding the Twilight upgrades. But usually, like, Estrella has a style. Excuse me. Estrella has a style where he does that, but he gets Colossus up pretty early. So you've got the long range superiority, so the Terran kind of has to stim in towards the Colossi, which allows the slow zealots to be useful. When you've only got Stalkers behind it and Phoenix for range damage, it's definitely very awkward. So a bit of an odd style for him. I do think he was a bit thrown off from the early Cyclone Marine pressure, doing a bit better than he expected, and definitely felt like he screwed the pooch a little, despite getting 8 SCVs in the early game, which was a splendid start for him. Alright, there we go. Reaper trying to bounce around. Clem, known for dancing around the Nexus and never getting hit. It's a unit with only a 1 range advantage, and yet he makes it look like a 3 range advantage. That's what we call Clem Micro. Because when you commit to the Shade, he can run in and even kill a probe if he wants to. It's very dangerous, though. Clem trying to trigger Harstem. Harstem's shields are gone. He's starting to get real damage now. Oh my god, that's so annoying. Playing against Clem is so irritating, guys. And even there, he could have turned around and got more hits if he wanted to risk it. But with the second Adept about to come out, he does pull back. Hellions on the way after this Reaper. Starport goes down. Depot builds very early on that right side. It's a super early depot. Clem being 100% safe or assured that he won't get supply blocked. Battery on the natural, 3rd Adept, and a Phoenix. Now, there is a question here. The Reaper popped up, saw the Stargate Phoenix. Is predictably going Phoenix a little bit weak? Is it abusable? Because so far it's been Phoenix every game. I mean, second game was Oracle into Phoenix, but still definitely something where I think we're going to settle into going Cyclones versus Phoenix pretty much every map. I wouldn't be surprised if Clem tries to squeeze in a quick 3rd command center in one of these games, as that's a good way to counter the Stargate. It's a low impact play, the Stargate. It's good for map control and harassment defense. Not so good for too much else, so can't really punish a 3rd command center. That being said, Clem has gone 2nd barracks, so he wants to play a more traditional 3-rack style. You can see that guy just waiting for 150 minerals. 3rd barracks goes down. It's Harstem, currently the strongest StarCraft 2 content creator. Recent results have been fantastic. Hero Marine is always very, very good. He's not as prolific as Harstem on YouTube, but he is obviously more of a streamer. Streams a ton. Hero Marine has been probably the highest level content creator in StarCraft over the last bunch of years. Obviously, Rainer and Cyril. Actually, like, Cyril streams every now and then, you know? You see, every now and then he'll stream a few times, depending on what he's practicing for. Rainer streams a lot of League of Legends lately, just having fun on that, and does the occasional StarCraft stream here and there. But those guys are nowhere near as consistent, of course, as guys like Harstem, who are putting out YouTube videos every single day. He's got his 2 YouTube channels he's running. Hero Marine streaming pretty much every day. Harstem's been very top tier recently. For those who don't know, Harstem's nickname in the Chinese scene is Flaming Lips. Chinese nicknames are always translate in the funniest way possible. It's amazing. We found this out back in 2016 when he won GPL, the Gold Pro League, I believe it was called. That was the actual year of Harstem. He won a HomeStory Cup and GPL within a few months of each other. Some very big victories in early Legacy of the Void for Harstem. We also found out that event, I can't remember what everyone else's nicknames were. I think Smix's was like Big Face Sister, is what it translated to, which was frigging hilarious. So it's Flaming Lips, Big Face Sister. I can't remember if I had a nickname. I don't think I had one. I don't think I was well known enough in the Chinese scene to really have a nickname back then, or any of the other players too much. But obviously the translation is never quite accurate. But the Chinese scene is very, very cool. They actually have a really fun scene. I'm pretty sure that tournament that Harstem won, their Chinese commentators had a K-pop dance-off before the finals while letting the players prepare after the semis. It was bizarre and amazing at the same time. It was truly the greatest event that Harstem could have possibly won. I remember I'd completely forgotten as well, but when I did an interview with him a few years ago, he reminded me that he actually won that using my keyboard. His keyboard broke and he was sick. And my teammate at the time, King Kong, nursed him to health in their hotel room. Was like feeding him tea and chicken soup and stuff. And he like kind of recovered from the flu just enough on the finals day to like eke out a victory using not his own keyboard, still recovering from being sick. A truly epic victory for Harstem. Right now he's facing Clem. It's the modern generation of insanely high-level gamers Clem. Oh, the Marine run by. Get out of there, probes. Pull the probes, pull the probes. Oh, he actually sends the Phoenix after them. That's a cute way of doing it. Oh, I do like that. I like that split, actually. Just enough Phoenix to clean this up. You gotta be careful. Marines wreck Phoenix when you outnumber them, but when the numbers are really close, the Phoenix can just obliterate them without any going down. Colossi on the way right now. 2 Colossus out, 3rd one coming. Extended Thermal Lance, +1 attack, and now the Twilight Council on the way. I feel like after that hold, Clem's massively ahead. Harstem is massively ahead. Clem's 3rd is not even finished. And he's down 15 workers. His 4th and 5th barracks has just started. Clem's not finding a way in. And once you lose a first skirmish like that, it's very hard to find an opening. It's really risky. I like the single Widowmine drop. There's a cannon waiting for it. Harstem knows his playbook. He's like, I know what you're going to do here. Does have an observer, but it's down the bottom right now. Widowmine drop comes in. And it doesn't really burrow in a good position. Phoenix go over there and shut it down as well. That medevac ain't no way home for you. This ain't no country for old medevacs. It's going to go down there. Oh, ouchies. Does take a Widowmine splashy. Extra observers on the way, which I do like. He's going to move this observer forward to try and track where the army is. I like that positioning for Harstem. 3rd command center is going to float down over there. +1 armor's almost complete. He did go for the quick armory to try and use those burrowed Widowmines to his advantage. Still no cannon in the main base. Oh, look at that. Does barely get the observer with that scan. Well done. This Widowmine still being a bit of a cheeky bugger. Phoenix clean it up. He's going to hide this army in the top, hoping Phoenix fly into this. Clem's doing a great job of maintaining map presence. Ghost Academy's on the way. And Harstem now moves for that 4th Nexus. 2nd Forge. 2nd Robo went down with 2nd Forge on Hecate. Is it going to be the same thing here? Man, I don't know why I've made myself self-conscious about pronouncing map names on this season. I think it's just because I get spammed so many comments. It's like, I don't care about comments at all, but I just like to say things properly as a commentator who talks about poos and wee-wees and stiffies all the time. What can I say, guys? It's professionalism, you know? It's just funny because... Oh, hold on. You're not actually going to fight there. I like the way Clem acts like he's going to fight when it would be absolutely insane to do so. But he's such a fast, aggressive kid. You're not sure if he's insane enough to commit to it. Watch out for the Widowmines. Oh, he goes for it. Picks up both Widowmines. Is he going to take out all the Marines? Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, he's going to start losing Phoenix. Okay, it looked like it was going to be a complete crushing. He does lose 2 or 3 Phoenix, but I think that's worth it, man. He shuts down the drop. The Widowmines, he looks really good. Marauder does go down. Phoenix going to try to pull to the right. Archon's going to clean up some units. Zealots as well. Oh, another Phoenix could go down. Good Viking focus fire there by Clem, or just starter stepping, I should say. But the army's massive. Dude, Harstem's maxed. Harstem is almost maxed out. Okay, Harstem is just chasing. Oh my god, mass Zealot counterattack. Look at this. Clem needs good EMPs, good Widowmines. Oh no, Harstem, not like this, mate. Oh, Harstem, ouch. Widowmine EMP wrecks clumped Zealots, but he's going to stop him from getting home. Uh-oh, get out of there. Clem's trying to pick up. Not enough Phoenix to focus it down. He's just going to go after the Vikings, get a bit of damage on them. Does take out 1 or 2 Vikings. The Archon Colossus cascading forward. EMPs all over those Archons. They're very low on life. These Archons could disappear very easily, guys, but they're not getting hit right now. The Vikings starting to fall. The Colossus all going down to the stuff on the top. Still a few Zealots and Archons there. Oh, nice pickup for Clem, but he's already lost 26 workers. Harstem just forced the fight when he needed to force the fight. Dude. Harstem's got this in the bag. 80 probes versus 43. He can just back off now. Remember, the secret to his success on Hecate was just backing off, going into disruptors and doing his thing. He didn't have a 2nd Robo this game, but he is building it now. He's got +3 attack, +1 armor on the way. Dark Shrine, 2nd Robo, building some cannons and batteries. Widowmine drop's going to go across, but there's cannons, and not to mention, oh my god, Stalkers. He doesn't have Blink, though. Gets a few hits on it. And then, looks like that medevac will be able to sneak by if it wants to. But no. There's still a Phoenix on the map. A single Phoenix is going to say, get out of here. Get on out of here. Do you rebuild the Colossus? There's 4 Vikings still alive. That's my question. I definitely want to see 3rd Robo and 5th base. Harstem's worker count is insane right now. Single Marine's going to try to block that base from getting taken. He's hidden in the minerals. The blue Ultramarine armor disguising you in the minerals. Look at that camouflage. One of the only times where the the Terran uniform has actually camouflaged you on the map. Let's be real. How many times have we seen bright red Marines? Like, what do you guys think you're the goddamn redcoats? The 17th century musket battle, guys? Like, oh, what are you even doing, man? All right, Harstem's about to remax. He should go again. He should just go kill him. There's 18 Marines, 8 Marauders, 4 Ghosts, 5 Vikings. Clem can't really do much here. He's got +2 kicking in. At least his upgrades aren't behind right now. But with 3-2 on the way, obviously Harstem is going to be ahead in about a minute. He's got the Prism trying to sneak in the top of the base. Let's see. Clem's whole army is F2'd. Vikings are there. Prism's going to try to get in the back, but the Sensor Tower saw it. He'll get a few Zealots out at least. At least he does force the army to commit. It is a speed Prism. Army's cascading through the middle right now. The Prism obviously goes down. The Zealot Archon comes forward. Widowmine gets a decent first hit. There's a lot of EMPs available. There's no Colossus in this army. It looks like a Widowmine did manage to stop a few Stalkers running in from down there. Zealot's going after the mineral line. Oh, this army is very weak to EMP. Harstem's worker count is also insanely high, which means his army is not that big. So he's got to be a little careful. Oh, I like the Dark Templar. But good mass repair there for Clem. Saves the turret. Any damage is good damage for Harstem. Right now, he is rich. He's got double Robo Disruptor on the way. I'd love to see the 5 Robos from the previous game. I'd also like to see a few more pylons around these Robos, as right now that one pylon is powering his only good tech. Everything else is just Archons and Immortals. He's got 6 Immortals, 5 Archons. Not very good splash damage, and the army supply is actually dangerously close. Clem might actually be able to get back in this game. He's not building SCVs, so he's going to max out with a much bigger army. Clem's looking for good fights right now, but as the Disruptors come forward, Harstem should be good. And I think with their heavy Disruptor count, that's where Harstem's most confident. We saw that earlier on Hecate. And Bunker's going to go after the Zealots. DT Zealot will take out that Bunker pretty fast. Nicely done there. I like that he's continuing the little run-by attacks where he can, just picking off anything he can. Oh, out in the open! Does get rid of one of the Medivacs, a couple of the Ghosts and the Marauders going down. This army's a bit slow and cumbersome though, and of course Clem keeps stutter stepping. Man doesn't know how to just run. It's always shoot, shoot, shoot. A little bit of running at the same time is acceptable. But he always wants to turn and fight. Disruptor throws a flanking ball! Oh, nice dodge, Clem! Saves the Ghost there, jukes the ball shot. Harstem actually overreached with it, but Ghosts do take a few shots from those Stalkers. It's a big old ball of meat from the Protoss. 90 pros versus 69 workers. He built an extra 2 workers at some point. This man is rich as they come. He does have to be careful, though. A lot of his Immortals are kind of stuck in the back, and he doesn't have that many Disruptors. Gonna have to keep throwing these balls to keep Clem at bay. Clem's trying to get a 5th base. 3-2 upgrades, Widowmines. He's trying to just hang on right now. Clem knows he is down in the dumpster, pretty far behind in this game. Gets rid of the Observer, though. That's very big. And that Widowmine there could be a nuisance. These Disruptors are all empty. These Disruptors are all empty. Clem is way ahead on army supply right now. Harstem wants to trade, but remember, his army is actually way weaker than Clem's army. The Immortals have all taken EMPs and also Widowmine hits. The barriers are coming back online, but he's got to be cautious because his balls are mostly empty. It doesn't feel like that much Bio Ghost here. Some of the Vikings are in the back. A bunch of units accidentally picking up into a Medivac. But as long as he's avoiding the Disruptor shots, I think he's A-okay. Is Clem. He won't be able to get overwhelmed and broken because his army supply is so much better. Harstem's building more probes. Guys, Harstem's building more probes. What's going on? That's got to be a misclick. There is no reason to be putting probes right now. He's going to 93 workers. His bases are all already oversaturated. Disruptor shot does go out, takes out that Widowmine. Clem's micro is insanely good here. He needs to get up to that 8 or 9 Disruptors he had in the previous game. Extra Robo coming in right now, but Clem is not losing many units at all. 4,000 resources lost, advantage for Clem, and he's got a 5th base sneaking its way up in the bottom. Stalker's blinking forward. Harstem committing to a fight. Not a good time for him to be fighting. Harstem needs to back away right now. He's got to get out of here. He overcommits. Remember on Hecate, the big secret was never overcommitting, always pulling back through the choke point so he doesn't get caught out. He drops these Immortals, but he turns around and loses the Prism with 2 Immortals inside. Harstem dropping the ball a little bit in this one. He's finally got his 3 Robos up and he's building those triple Disruptors, but it's so slow. And Clem coming here with a vicious counterattack. He gets the Disruptor before it can fire. He gets the second one before it can fire. Oh, pain, pain, pain. Harstem getting a bit kind of distracted. He was in a winning position, but he got indecisive there in that middle stage and he started to misread his situation in the game. So basically, he gets an amazing fight. Now, I could argue that losing the Colossus the way he does is a little sloppy, because they do kind of get flanked by this top army. If he stutter stepped his Colossus south a little bit, maybe, I mean, the Vikings are there. It probably doesn't matter. I think this is an amazing fight for Harstem. It's basically a game winner. because you're on 80 probes. Now, the problem is he's building workers right now. Guys, keep in mind, there is no reason for him to build workers. 75 is more than you need. Why? Because you've already transferred off your main, but now it's 11 minutes, you're natural. You can drop this down to 8 workers, so you can take 8 of those. And if you put 8 workers here, well, that's already oversaturated. So he's already oversaturated on 4 base. So him continuing to build probes here makes no sense, right? These 4 probes he's building and whatever he queues up after this, completely unnecessary. And he goes up to 88, remember. So he's doing a Reina. Actually, look, this base is on 23 workers as well. So look at how oversaturated he is. Even his 3rd is ridiculously oversaturated. So he desperately needs a 5th to make use of that. He doesn't need probes. And don't get me wrong, guys, his 2nd Robo and his Dark Shrine are later because he committed hard to that attack. At this point, it's a good decision. But if he's going to go extra Robos, he should build a 3rd, if not a 4th Robo right now, because he's got to catch up. It's going to take forever to build these disruptors. He's still at 155 supply. Now, the other thing we can point out is if he realizes, okay, I've got unlimited money, I need to keep trading, not only should he stop probing at 75, 80, at most 80, he should go and attack. So he should, while starting to make disruptors, he should make more zealots, more stalkers, and he should just keep attacking. And you'll notice there's only 5 medevacs. If you just start picking off units, blinking back, going in, going out, you force Clem to permanently stim, or you just straight up commit, you can just probably kill him here. If you're doing nothing but warping in stalkers and zealots, you could both trade with Clem right now while you've got an army advantage and also go triple Robo Disruptor at the same time. For some reason, he goes for Immortals first before Disruptors, and it takes a long time to do this, and he keeps replacing his probes, which really is unfortunate. He just get a bit excited because I don't think he was expecting to be beating Clem. Probably rarely is ever beating Clem. Clem's a friggin' monster. He already has enough workers to almost fully saturate his 5th base. So he doesn't need to build more workers. He's way oversaturated. So that's unfortunate. So he does 2 things wrong here, guys. He transitions very slowly into disruptors. So he, number 1, doesn't make the disruptor transition. Number 2, overbuilds probes. Number 3 is he doesn't attack. So if you're making a low tier army, you need to go trade with it sooner rather than later. But he's waiting for the Immortals as if they're like this amazing unit that's going to win him the game. They're not. So he could have just warped in cheaper, more accessible Zealot, Archon, Stalker units and attacked 30, 45 seconds ago, started trading decisively, kept on trading, denied the 4th base and done all this stuff, right? And likewise, look at this mineral line. If a few Zealots or a Dark Templar got in there, those guys would be going down while threatening up the top. There's no way Clem can defend all of this, but he's got more probes, very slow disruptor production coming in, massively oversaturated on a bunch of his bases, way too many extra probes on these guys, this base as well, and also didn't commit to that attack as soon as he could. So this kind of allows Clem to get back in the game. Now, it doesn't mean that Clem's ahead. He's not. You've still got unlimited money, but the fact that he keeps building more probes randomly, it kind of tells you that Harstem's on autopilot. He's a little bit nervous. He's a bit excited. He's not really thinking logically. He hasn't taken the time to kind of go back, take a deep breath and go, okay, half of you guys go to the 5th. Half of that mineral line, like he actually pulled too many workers off his 3rd. This one he didn't pull quite enough off, so he's kind of transferred them, which is good. But yeah, a little bit slow on it. And then, like I said, final mistake is just staying too long. It's good for him to be trading right now and trading away these units, but it's once they've got a lot of EMP and they're good with micro, Immortal Archon just is not that amazing against a big EMP-focused bio army that's microed by a god. And if he pulls back now, he's fine, but he's just emptied his disruptor shots. They're all gone, and he chooses to commit 100% to a fight. Terrible idea. He's down 20 army supply, which he should know now because he's given Clem so much time on a lower economy to build up, and he's overbuilt probes. His disruptors are all empty, and there's tons of EMP, like unlimited EMP, which counters his entire army. So this overcommitment here seals the deal, whereas if he just keeps picking, poking, and prodding, gets a few more disruptors, starts doing the Dark Templar backstabs, he still had a good chance to win this game. Unfortunate for Harstem, guys, when you go into game 3 or game 4. All right, guys. He's got to feel a little bit rough after that game. He's in a great position, but that army was just a bit cumbersome, you know? I think Harstem just needed to make a quicker transition away from the Immortal Archon-focused army. Immortals are a good unit, but they need some other, like, they're just a bit, they get stuck behind each other. Their range isn't that good. It's hard to force a fight. It's hard to pick at your opponent with them. Harstem definitely overcommitting to that army and getting caught out, overprobing way too hard. I guarantee you guys, he did not hover over his supply and realize his worker count was so high. A lot of older players, we have the habit of not doing that. We know what our worker count is because in the old days, you couldn't hover over your supply in the top right to show worker versus army supply. So we would know just by looking at our bases, and we'd know, okay, there's 22 workers on a full base, but then once our main's half mined out, that's -8. Once our naturals mined out, that's -8, you know, because the workers, the mineral patches, half of them disappear much earlier than the other half. So you transfer your workers 8 at a time to a new base. Harstem forgot to transfer from his main and his natural, or his natural and his third, I think it was. So he probably thought he was down about 16 workers from where he was. So when he droned to like 93 workers, he probably thought he was droning to about 80 workers. And that's a disaster. Because that's less army supply that you desperately need. They weren't mining efficiently for so long, and his transition was so late. It's a bummer. It's one of those games that really hurts you. But it just shows how like guys like Clem and Rainer, they're so good at making comebacks these days because they're just so fast and they just keep fighting. And like, I feel like a lot of people used to give their opponents chances to get back in the game, and not that many players were good at taking advantage of it. But guys like Clem, they just keep fighting and fighting and fighting. I've seen him make disgusting comebacks versus Showtime, Max Packs, you know, the best Protoss in the region. It's happened to everybody. It's almost a rite of passage. I'm sure Harstem was pretty triggered after that game, but hopefully the captain can have a good sense of humor, smile, laugh to himself, and go, well, I'm a bit of a donkey, whatever. You know, that one, it happens. The poo-poo happens sometimes, and see what he can make of it. Probe does go down, but the bunker getting denied means it's a pretty clean D for Harstem. It's Reaper hanging out. All right, Reaper's going to jump up Stargate. 4 games in a row, Stargate. This is where things get a bit dicey, in my opinion, guys. I really feel like if you're doing Phoenix every game, it's making it a bit easy for Clem to get in his comfort zone. That being said, he's not going Cyclone yet. That pylon, I don't think that blocks that, does it? I think Harstem misplaced that pylon, right? Surely you could put that one space higher. That's a pretending to block the Reaper pylon, that is. Yeah, when the game got easy, they added that worker count by hovering over supply, as well as the worker count above each base. Yeah, we used to not have the worker count above the base either. So we used to actually, you'd always go to a mineral line and you'd box the workers, and you'd go, okay, I've got 16 on minerals, or you know, you'd know that 2 full rows, each row is 8. You'd always do a lot of maths that way. So you'd kind of go through and you're like, oh god, I got 40 guys here. Like tab through. You're like, oh, I have 2 full tabs. Okay, that's 24 times 24. I've got 48 workers. Oh god, I got to send 36 of those, or 32 of those elsewhere. There was a lot more keeping track of things manually, a lot of skills that we developed in the early years of StarCraft 2 that compared to the skills they had to develop in StarCraft 1 are like so easy and babyish. They're like, oh, you had to count? You had to learn to count. In Brood War, we didn't know anything that was happening in the game. Even when we were casting it, we didn't have a production tab. You had to go around clicking on buildings and try to figure out what the players were building. Ah, nice 5 Marine poke back. Wait, is there? Okay, there is a Cyclone in the main. Oracle's not going to find anything. We got extra Phoenix building behind this. Twilight Council is on the way, so looks like it's going to be more of a Phoenix charge style for Harstem this time around. Oracle's still tagging. Once again, 3 racks. I mean, this is just no third command center plays at all for Clem. Clem's a little predictable in my opinion in this match. I think he feels very confident versus Harstem, but with how this series has gone, even though he wins that last game, like I would like Clem to mix things up a little more. For him, I think he feels like, no, I can't give any room to breathe to Harstem. Got to keep the pressure up. Double Forge? No. Phoenix Zealot Double Forge. Wow. Okay, that is crazy. 3 gas, Double Forge, Phoenix Zealot. This style's pretty slick. If you get a good ambush on the first push from Terran, it can go really well. Question is, does Clem realize? I mean, he sees the Forge, and he sees no gas there. Seeing no gas on the 4th gas geyser, Clem should realize he's up against a Zealot style. Like, there's no way it's Phoenix Colossus, and there's only really 2 transitions of Phoenix. It's Phoenix Zealot or it's Phoenix Colossus. +1 armor, +1 attack on the way. Mass Gateway starting to come down. Against this, normally you go heavy Widowmine. You build to a bigger army. You wait till you have a very good army together before fighting. Because if you fight with a small number of units, the Zealots and the Phoenix will swarm on top and ruin your day. Nice tag from the Oracle. 5 more gateways are on the way. The shield battery going up at the third. I'm not too big on shield batteries. I think with this style, you're almost always looking to just swarm over the top and ambush them. I actually feel with Phoenix Zealot, a shield battery is pretty much worthless. I think you're much better having an extra 2 Zealots in a fight because Clem's going to stutter step. Like, you need to swarm him. That being said, Harstem's taking a 4th base already, my lord. He's on 4 gases. Squeezing a robo in. This is a lot of tech. I feel like this first push might kill him. Because if you're going a 4th base, and cannons, and double forge, and a robo, and a non-stop Phoenix production, I feel like mass bio mine. Like, especially if Clem pulls the boys, pulls the SCVs, and tries to use hold position to block. He's just going to have an overwhelming army. We can already see it 60. He's at 68, about to be 69 army supply. Oh, don't tell me you're going to skip 69. Don't go to 70. No! Okay, it's just sitting on 68. Fair enough. Marine on the right side sees a very early 4th. If anything was ever going to prompt Clem to attack, that's it. Seeing a 4th base, he knows he's got to do something. +2 armors on the way. No +2 attack yet. The Phoenix and the Watchtower sees the army. Good tag. He's going to try and pick off some reinforcements, perhaps. Not a bad play. The army slips by, though. He's got a couple of... Oh, he's got a lot of sentries. This is a crazy play for Harstem. His army's massively outnumbered. Oh, good stasis trap. That's going to buy him a good 20 seconds. 21 seconds in the stasis trap. It's going to allow him a few more Zealot warp-ins. He does have 1-1. Very nice upgrades. The Phoenix... Oh, no, watch out, Harstem! Do not get boom-boomed. Good revelation. I gotta say, very good revelation. Clem also stimmed the whole army there, so... Does get healed up pretty quickly by the Medivacs. 3rd base floating out. 4th and 5th barracks are on the way for Clem. Oh, force fields. The Phoenix aren't nearby, though. The Phoenix are on the other side of the map. Okay, so right now, Harstem... Oh, I mean, he gets a few nice Zealots. Clem not even watching right there. Widowmines do fire, but they hit the friendly units as well. Units lost tabs clean. Harstem's playing a sick game right now. He's looking for a big Zealot Phoenix flank. That's how he's going to do this. Big Zealot Phoenix flank. You got to watch out, though. These Widowmines are going to get big hits if you don't spread. If you don't spread. Oh, God. Oh, God. He starts spreading. Okay, he does split pretty well. Splits very well, in fact. Clem, I think, realizing, let's not get sandwiched. Let's split the army. That's not enough Marines. The Phoenix could actually overwhelm this. If they commit, I think they could overwhelm the Marines. The Immortal here. Oh, watch out, watch out, watch out, Harstem. Clem stims and kills an Immortal, you greedy little shiz. Oh, Harstem comes in and does jump on these units, but the rest of the rally comes down. It's a good fight for Clem. Oh, and the Widow minefield. The boom booms everywhere. The Phoenix here trying to fight on the other side of the map. The Phoenix Zealot doing what they can. The Marine Marauder are going to overwhelm there, and the Widow mines being so annoying to clear up on this side of the map. Harstem does have a 4-base economy, guys. He's got a good economy rolling. He can transfer workers from the main. He only transfers a few. It's a bad habit Harstem has, is transferring based off the number. I've been teaching this since early Legacy. You should always, once it gets to 8 minutes 30, transfer this down to 8 workers. Notice he just had to do that in 3 separate waves. Pulling those workers. He pulled 5, then he pulled 2, then he pulled 2. Just a little bit sloppy, unnecessary actions. A lot of pros have not built that habit. It's funny, I've talked to so many pros in the last few years. Whenever I mention that, they're like, oh, I never thought of that. And I'm like, you know, the minerals run out at the same time every game, right? And they're like, yeah, that's really smart. I should definitely learn to do that. Of course, they instantly forget and don't do it. Not that I'm solid at remembering it every game either. Harstem took a beating, guys. He took a really bad couple of trades after the early game was great, but his upgrades are sick. If he gets the 3-3 Zealots against 1-1 Bio, his army will smash. But that is a big if, because right now we don't see an armory. Yes, there's a 4th command center, but I mean, it feels for me like Clem has to just go soon. He's just waiting for ghosts, and then he's going to go with a maxed push with 3 AMPs. First Colossi is on the way. If you can get a surround with the Zealots, that could also be great. How many Widow Mines are on the field? There's still Widow Mines being built. 7 or 8 on the map right now. Prism Zealot going around the left side as well. The numbers are scary right now for Harstem. He's down on supply, he needs a few more pylons. He's got to try and hang on here. Phoenix is going to potentially pick off that Marine. No, he's going to let it live. Zealots try to run in the left, but Clem is always ready. EMP Widow Mine combo, brutal. 6 Zealots for 2 mines. Youch, bad trade for Harstem. Bottom right side, Clem's going to be annoying with a drop there. Zealots running through the middle. Easy cleanups here. You can't be throwing units away right now. Harstem needs to max out on army. But it's a scary moment in the game. Harstem takes the gold base. He's got a single Colossus out, 2 Immortals. His army's a little bit split right now. I'm really worried for Harstem. He's trying to chase this army in the south. That means this other army is looking gigantic. I love that he's picking off a few Marauders. Clem, on the other hand, is still not making an armory, and he's making 8 barracks. Clem needs to get a move on. He's not started to, too. Clem's been maxed for a while, and he's not really finding the fight. Harstem will eventually max out. It doesn't matter how many zealots he throws away. If he ends up maxing out and getting 3-3, he's going to be good here. Splits a few zealots to take the Widow Mines. Gets a medevac. Oh, he's a bit out there, though. A little bit wasteful in the force fields, but that's okay. Better than losing that army, which was, of course, massively outnumbered over there. More Colossi on the way. Extended Thermal Lance. 3-3 is about 25 seconds away. Harstem has to buy 25 seconds and just focus on nothing but army. He's stopped at a perfect worker count of 69. How? He's just not maxing. He's making upgrades. Harstem just needs to max. He needs more zealots. His upgrades are so good. If he can get enough zealots, he can win this game, but he's not warping in right now. He's only got 9 gateways as well. He's warping in a few more zealots right now. If he can catch up in the army supply, his upgrades will carry the day. The Viagra kicks in right now. And for some people, it's when the Doom music kicks in. For Harstem, it's when the Viagra kicks in. Plus 3 attack kicks in. The armor's not quite there, but he's going for it. Great EMPs for Clem. Clem's EMPs are absolutely lovely. The armor not being there does hurt. Harstem needs more zealots, but he doesn't have that many gateways for the warp-ins. 1-1 bio with great ghost, good stim micro. And you know what? Somehow Clem once again takes a positive trade. If he can leave right now and heal, that was really good for Clem. Clem finally has his 2-2 on the way, but it's a while till it finishes. He's got 8 barracks. He's on 4 bases. 5th command center is almost done. Harstem just can't find himself a good engagement. He's got plasma shields on the way right now, as well as an extra Colossi. EMP plus Widow Mines and Stim Stutter Step is so good. You really want your Zealots to be fighting in small fights, but Clem keeps shutting down his counterattacks. He's not letting him find any damage. Every time Harstem goes for a Zealot counterattack, it should be, hey, 3-3 Zealots wreck 1-1 bio. Clem's like, have you heard of our Lord and Savior? Ridiculous micro while friggin' having 420 APM because it's a meme number? And I'm like, God damn it, man. I don't know what. Like, you're meant to just lose to A-move Zealots when you're at down 4 upgrades. Clem has found a way not to. He's now getting a 5th base up. He's stabilizing on both sides. He's not letting Harstem pick away at him on the edges. Harstem's not been able to get a Prism in the main or anything like that because he's been on the back foot. And now he has to go for that 5 Disruptor style, in my opinion. He's going to have to take more gases and really up the Disruptor count, up the gases. Building a lot of cannons, a lot of batteries. Trying to maintain map control and Alcyon can be a little bit nasty. I'd like to see him mine these minerals and break these rocks as well, because otherwise Clem's going to catch you out with your army not being able to rotate between the sides. 3-3 verse 1-1, but 2-2 is about to finish in 10 seconds. This is not Harstem's moment. I don't think so. I like that he's trying to squeeze a Prism down the right side. Oracle flies in. The Oracle sacrifice, it looks like. Harstem. Love to see him tag this army. Good revelation. Viking tag does come in. I like the Zealot drop in the main. Warps in a few more Zealots there as well. He's going to click on these turrets to try to get rid of those to give that Prism a bit more mobility. Dark Shrine didn't go down this game. It's 3-3-1 upgrades versus 2-2. He's still up 3 upgrades, is Harstem. 2 of them being the more important upgrades. EMPs go down. Command Center does fall. Great snipe. All right, Harstem's back in control, guys. Harstem's back in control. Yes, those do go down. Oh, Disruptor gets a Ghost as well. Not too bad. I want to see the 5 Robos again, though. That's what would really get me very, very excited right now. Get me a bit turgid. Still no gases on these bases. He's got one there. Harstem building a lot of cannons and batteries. I've been talking for years about how Harstem's favorite unit in StarCraft is the Photon Cannon and the Shield Battery. Man likes building them outside his opponent's base as well if he gets a chance. When this man discovered the Tempest in early Legacy of the Void, holy crud. He's like, I will build cannon battery outside your base and siege you with Tempest and tell you GG. And if you try to break it, I will storm your face off. Zealots running in on the right side. Bunker will go down pretty quickly. Yes, it will. But snipes and bio reaction, very good there. If Harstem could move left and isolate those bases, it'd be great. But he doesn't really have planetary busting power. He's only got 2 Immortals, a couple Disruptors to hold back the bio army while he does it. And the Prism does survive, actually, which is incredible. Army on the left gets caught out. He's going to throw a ball out to try to cover himself, but a Colossus has already gone down. Zealots are in the mineral line doing a little bit of damage, but oh god, the balls get left out! This middle area of this map is so nasty, and the spreadies are beautiful. There's another Disruptor there. I like the force fields, but that actually encourages Clem. He says, oh, you're not going to turn to fight at all, which means the Vikings are chasing him down. The Colossi are all gone. The Colossi are all gone. The Disruptor count's not that high. The army is getting chased down. No choke points to fall back into on this map, not like was capable on Oceanborn or Hecate at the start of the series. The Zealots are ripping up Clem's main base, but dude, Clem's biocontrol is disgusting. The moment you leave yourself exposed, it is like he just knows. This man instantly finds those weak spots. Disruptor shot! Disruptor shot! Oh, Harstem, 15 kills on a fresh disruptor just like that. Ooh, he's got 4k minerals in the bank. Did he ever get his gas mining? Not really, guys. He didn't get his gas mining up. That's the problem for Harstem right now. He needs to put guys on this gas, and he needs to secure these other gases. He lost a bunch of probes there, so he's only on 69. He's trying to reprobe while pumping those disruptors 2 at a time. That big fat disruptor shot might be enough to keep Harstem in this game. Engineering bays are being rebuilt. They went down. That's keeping Clem locked on a double upgrade deficit, which is great for Harstem. He's also going for extra libs and lib range now. Ship weapons are at +1. +2 didn't start because the armory got killed. So he's got to start +2 ship weapons and 3/3 upgrades all over again. Harstem's maxed out again. He's got a decent force, but not that many disruptors and not that much cover for said disruptors. Oh, I like those force fields. Ball. Oh my. Can you just not split perfectly for one moment, Clem? I swear, the disruptor was overpowered until people learned how to micro like these bloody top Terrans these days. They're ridiculous. Stalker's taking out the orbitals. No, the orbital gets away. It's on fire, but great mass repair for Clem. And he lifts his Vikings to dodge the ball. Harstem's like, dude, let me land a single one, please. Disruptor gets picked off. Moves in, moves out. Harstem here. I would like to see more gases mining. Harstem's got an abundance of minerals. He can try to wear Clem down with that mineral advantage, but his mining isn't really much bigger than Clem's right now. 2 Stalkers go down. Those are expensive units, and it feels like... Oh, Zealot run by! Zealot flood by. 22 Zealots run down the right side of the map and start ransacking the third, but there aren't that many SCVs exposed. You don't want to throw them all away, so he's got to try to push the left at the same time, but with the libs there, it's going to be tough. Definitely a good time to disengage with these Zealots. 3 starports pumping libs right now. 9 medevacs, 21 marauders, 17 marines. There are no ghosts on the field. Ooh, Storm would be so juicy for this late game, but very few players go for it. Oh, 1 ball connects, but it only lands on a single Viking. His splits are so good. The Stalkers may be overcommitting here. Harstem needs to get out of there. Harstem needs to get out of there. Remember, he's only got 2 robos. He finally built a 3rd and a 4th, but one fight like that and you're in big doo-doo unless you land a giant nut. Another 8 kills there. Oh my lord. Holy crap. I didn't realize Harstem was that girl in that viral fake podcast TikTok thing where she's like, my Clem wakes up, he gets to nut. You know the one I'm talking about. Before he's out the door, I'm there for more. That's Harstem is dropping these big disruptor shots left, right, and center. Zealot Stalker warping in on the right side as well. We've got the Stalkers over there. Picking off the medevacs! Harstem! Oh, I would have liked to see him focus for fire a few more there. 24 Zealots, 19 Stalkers, 3 Disruptors. He's got Zealots in the mineral line as well. Liberator's going to have to siege to defend that. Zealots on the right side. Harstem's momentum is sick. But Clem has got 3/3 and the +2 ship weapons on the way. It's about a minute or a minute and a half until those upgrades finish, and that's going to make the power level even out a lot more. Because Harstem's been doing pretty well, but he still has not increased his gas mining, and as we talk about this, his gas mining keeps getting lower and lower as gases mine out. He's only taking them 1 or 2 at a time. All those libs. Oh my god, these libs. Absolutely brutal. He's getting jumped on. He's a bit too heavy on the Stalkers right now. Storm would be amazing because it stops the Terran from jumping on you like this. Zealot Stalker runs in the right side, though. Great counterattack from Harstem. He's got to get out of here. He's got to get out of here right now. He's going to pull back. Great disruptor shot again. He's getting quite a few big ones. The problem is he's losing them as he does it, and that is the scary thing. There is 11, 12 Liberators. If you have Storm, you can really hit the air units as they jump on you, as well as the bio. Without Storm in the late game, it's very hard to deal with the mobility of ranged Liberators. Oh man, the Lib's doing very well on that left side. Dude, the counterattack, he gets the command center. Nice moves here for Harstem. He kills a lot of the SCVs. The Stalkers need to get out of there. He's going to have to rally back home. What the hell? Clem has 140 army supply. The units lost have 6,000 resource in his favor. 150 army supply. Harstem's been doing a good job of picking at the economy, but it might be too little too late. Clem's army is juiced to the gills. What in the hell, man? This is not even that 1980s Arnold Schwarzenegger Gold's Gym Terran. We're talking about Ronnie Coleman. We're talking about you're going to need a lot of surgeries to recover from the amount of weight that you are carrying. And despite that, Harstem gets a few good fights, cleans up a lot of it. He's got the army supply advantage again. Income tab, dead even on both sides. That is insane after all this. If he catches these medevacs, Harstem wins the game. But his Stalker's a bit out of position. He did not cut off the retreat. If those medevacs are at least forced to hide in the corner, that in itself is massive. Gets a medevac, gets 2, gets 3, almost gets the 3rd one. Those Stalkers can definitely cut off the retreat if they just keep blinking up to the right. But Harstem's worried about a counter push on the left. He says, oh, this is a distraction. You're going to push the left side. He lets him get away. Harstem, blink, 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 go, go, go. Oh, he's going to let 5 medevacs get out of there. He even drops a Marauder and a Ghost because his name's Clem and the man does not know how to attack, not how to stop attacking even when he's running away. Harstem loses a few Stalkers. That's a bummer. Zealots go in. The Liberator will eventually clean them all up, though. Dark Templar would be amazing in this situation. Harstem realizes he's got a Dark Shrine on the way. This is a banger of a series right now. It is an absolute banger of a series, a barn burner, as some would call it. And I gotta say, the gold base getting up could be massive for Clem. Clem is hanging on for dear life. That left base is gonna get ransacked. Over here, Disruptors can abuse this mineral line quite well. He's just got to be patient on his shots. Bio does deny that 7th or 8th base there for Harstem. Harstem's denying this mineral line, which is good. But he also got an orbital in the top left at the same time. Harstem's kicking butt right now. He's still got 4 robos pumping. He's got a new base going up in the top left. Keep in mind, income, not that far ahead because mules are a thing. Stalker Zealot goes after the planetary. The Stalkers do accidentally block the Zealots, which is a bit of a bummer. It's worth it if he kills the planetary, though. He's limiting the gas mining, which isn't a big deal because it's a big bang. Harstem's got to get out of here. He's fighting on the bottom right now, though. His Stalkers overstay their welcome on the left side. A random Void Ray arrives, guys. He's sick of these Liberators. He's got a Void Ray. Maybe that's meant to hide in the dead space as well. He might have built that thinking the medevacs were going to hide in the corner and he'd use the Void Ray to clean them up. But the random Void Ray can focus Libs down pretty well. It's just hard to micro in the heat of everything else. Liberator harassment gets shot down before it even gets across the map. Great multi-prong attacks from Harstem. This man is channeling his inner stats right now. He's only got 5 Disruptors. I'd like to see him build a few more. 31 Stalkers, extreme mobility. Oh, he blinks forward. Oh god, he's got to get out. Okay, he did not realize there was more bio to the north. The Disruptors completely whiffed because Clem is an absolute savage. And even then, how has he already killed 2 of the Disruptors while spreading that well? You can't focus Disruptors and run towards them while also spreading backwards. It's not humanly possible. Clem is a goddamn cyborg combined with an AI, combined with Alpha Star before they put the APM limit on it. Can you please stop dodging Disruptors while chasing them down? I can't even dodge them half the time. The idea of running forwards and clicking on the enemy Disruptors with individual Marauders and Marines while also spreading back with the rest of your army, it disgusts me and it's just too impressive. Please stop, Clem. You're making us mere mortals feel like we can never measure up to your majesty. Dark Templar finally are in here in the mix, takes out a few SCVs. I'd love to see those drip feed their way in, but there are turrets well placed all over the map. Disruptor doesn't land. He's got 4 Disruptors. He's building a Colossus, which is not a bad idea. I don't want to see too many Colossi. I definitely want to see more Disruptors, more gases coming in. Harstem's on a giant 72 probe economy. Almost too much for this scenario in the game, once he maxes out at least. Liberator comes in on the left side. That's going to be annoying. He's got a rich gas there, but it's only mining with 1 worker. This siege up from Clem is actually going to point that out to Harstem, so once Harstem cleans it up, it'll be good for him, but right now it is an irritation. Pulls the probes away. Good reaction by Harstem. But look at that. The army splits. The army splits. Oh, Clem. He stims across the map. He's going to catch the probe line. The probe line and the Nexus. He's going to get a 2-for-1 double discount sale. He's gone to the Protoss yard sale. Harstem doesn't even know he was having a yard sale. And there's people in his house stealing his furniture right now. Losing that whole probe line in that base is a disaster. He's going to try to counterattack rather than defend. But that puts Harstem's economy down on Clem's level. They are once again at parity. Stalkers are trickling in. The Libs will clean it up on that side. Disruptor shot still unable to land. This is ridiculous. Clem, finally, you got to take a shot at some point. Come on, mate. Harstem, he's got some big shots this game, but usually not when Clem only has to focus on one thing at a time. It is rare for Clem to mess up on the dodges if he's just fully focused on that army. 6 Libs building at a time right now. That is a lot of Libs. People say it's all the conservatives having the babies, but it turns out it's the Libs in this case. And the +2 range Libs, man, they've got those advanced ballistics. They are ready to land those Concorde cannons and take the Protoss to Plowtown. We are looking at a 20 supply army advantage for Clem, but the Liberators, they can get focused by the Stalkers in positions where they are exposed. Oh my god, he still splits forward. Disruptors aren't really landing the big shots they need to. Oh my god, that might be his last disruptor shot. I can't believe he's still chasing. The disruptors are empty. Clem, the mad dog, chasing still. Okay, he does take some big Colossus beams and has to pull back, but he nonetheless pulls back at a pretty good time. Still a 5,000 resource lost advantage in favor of Clem in the overall trading. The Dark Templar going to try to trickle in. 3 probes going down. The ranged libs are what I have to refer to as a massive annoyance. What's he got, guys? Oh, Chadray. The Chadray is on anti-Void Ray duty. He did keep this base up. He lost the probes, but not the base. A lot of Zealot DT there. I think he can defend this army. There's only a few libs there. Only 3. I do think Harstem can defend this. Clem maybe getting a bit ahead of himself. Yeah, the Stalkers are going to blink forward. The Colossus roasting the Marines. Nice move for Harstem right here. Dude, this game is so back and forth. Yes, Clem's way up on the army, but Harstem's got this rich gas base. I mean, Clem... he's not being able to expand to that top left anymore. He's being kind of pushed back. Stalkers pouncing would be very good here. Gets a couple of Marauders. Very nicely done. Dark Templar finds the bottom right side base, which they are fighting over. Looks like libs are going to keep going down that bottom right side, but of course the single Void Ray will at least block from the harassment. This army north could get jumped on if Harstem realizes it's there. Oh, I would have loved to see him jump on that northern army and then disrupt to this army behind the gold minerals. Ooh, but he's going to be able to defend here with the libs. Harstem not being as decisive. That's the sort of situation where a guy like Hero just jams it in and we go, what a crazy person, but it pays off. Harstem just a bit more conservative than the psychopath Protoss players like Hero, like Parting, that may have found a victory right there just by wedging the army apart and keeping him pinned back. Stalkers will deal with that, but oh, they're not quite attacking in range. Stupid Stalkers. He's right there. Just move. Move, you morons. Harstem, of course, not realizing he didn't give those Stalkers a good enough order to get over there. Still trying to micro on the front right now. The Stalker Disruptor doing their business. 53 probes versus 45 SCVs. A very close game. Dark Templar and Zealots ripping apart the orbital. The libs go for a giant jump forwards. Crazy jump forwards. The Vikings take out one of the Colossi. The second one, I think, already fell as well. There's only one Colossus left. Another Disruptor lands. Big Disruptor lands. That one lands decently. Clem's reactive spreadies are absolutely a thing of legends. These Stalkers still derping out, not doing their job. Finally, Harstem fixes it. Cannon battery on the right side trying to defend there. That Dark Templar, I believe, is absolutely ripping it up. The orbital is burning. How can you sleep while the orbital's burning, mate? You can try to repair all you want. The Dark Templar's having a party. 6 Disruptors, 4 Dark Templar, 18 Stalkers. Only 1 Colossus now. Few Immortals or Colossus being mixed in could be nice, but it's all about the balls. And look at that. Blinks forward, finds the libs. A few balls into the mineral line. Could be nice. Does take out the turret. Oh no, gets taken out by the Liberator. Well done there by Mr. Clem. The command center burns down. The SCV's going down as well. It is an absolute barn burner of a StarCraft match. A Widowmine's going to try to run in this base. Could be quite effective. That rich gas never has been able to mine for very long in this game. And here we go, bit of a run-in on the right side of the map. The last Colossus getting dangerously low. Not going to be part of this game for much longer. It's just going to be Stalker, Zealot, Disruptor. With a few sentries in the mix as well, admittedly. Guardian Shield's pretty nice. Colossus left standing there, does go down. Disruptor's only finding a few stray Marines here and there. Clem bullying Harstem back. And oh my gosh, if that ball kept going forward, would have got a few Marauders. Harstem is throwing a lot of balls, but Clem's not even stimming. There's only one ready right now. And here we go. Got to be careful as Harstem goes after those units, doesn't really get any of them. Clem's going to start to spread and chase. Single Marauders going down, not that good. That one completely whiffs. Harstem just cannot land any of these balls, but he does still have a lot of units. Could try to chase this down a little bit. Oh, good trading here for Clem. The starter step is fan-bloody-tastic. The army comes in from the right as well. Clem's economy has got to be bruised, though. He's only on 1,500 minerals a minute. This gold base is his lifeline. Balls do fly out, but 3 balls at once, and that means he's wide open. Ooh, good pullback by Clem. There's another ball ready. Another ball does go out, but the balls are open. The balls are open. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, the planetary goes down. The Disruptors are going to try to recall. Of course, they all die instantly. A bunch of these libs go down, but those 2 libs are perfectly positioned by Clem. They have killed so much, those 2 libs. 8 kills on one, 4 kills on another. Those are Protoss units, guys. Those aren't regular kills. There's regular kills and there's Protoss kills. The Vikings said, guess what? Colossus are all gone. We're not good in combat. Let's go and harass there. Killing that planetary could have been massive for Harstem, but he lost way too many units in the process. He's rebuilding his Disruptors. He's still got the base down here. Void Ray will defend the Liberator as it comes in. Great stationing of that unit on the D. Gold base goes down. It was only really a gas mining base at this point. Liberator does go down after 2 probe kills. 43 probes still up for Harstem. 35 for Clem. Clem has a few minerals left and he's floating an orbital down. He's only got 2 orbitals. His mules are pretty low, but he's got a bigger army right now. He doesn't have many libs, though. He's got 12 Vikings. So that's a lot of Vikings that aren't the most useful unit to have. He definitely overbuilt those. Man, disruptors are the only viable option to deal splash damage, but they're so easy to dodge now. Correction. Clem makes them look easy to dodge. Small correction, Twitch chat. Small correction. 2 Marauders go down for 2 shots. Not too bad of a start, but his balls are empty. More do come forward. Gets only 1 Marine with that one. Loses a disruptor here. These trades are good for Clem. The way he can just chase you back like this is ridiculous. He's starting to get little bits of damage. He's going to have to fight with the Zealot Stalker just to keep the disruptors safe, force the libs to siege. The Bio stutter stepping onto the Stalkers, though. The army supply advantage is obscene. There's Ghosts in the mix as well as Scans. I think Dark Templar Trickle might be a good way to do it right now. Keep Trickle. Like, if you get a Dark Templar on that gold base, that'd actually be massive for Harstem, but also into the army, because there's so few EMPs available. And there's only 2 orbitals. That could be big! Big ball lands, big ambush ball. Harstem gets out in front of him, jumps forward, takes out a few Liberators, catches Clem with his pants down, and Harstem says, how about some of that Dutch justice, mate? Gets in there. Dark Templar on the gold base as well. He's got a 1 on here on the long distance mining. Clem's economy is bruised and battered, and it is starting to get withered and tattered. He's going to push into the cannons. Probably not the best move. I mean, this base has got a bit of mineral mining somehow. It's kind of low, but I guess this base was never fully saturated. The cannons, he's just going to push through the cannons. No Fs given right now for Clem. The man has less Fs to give than a goddamn ibis that's in a wheelie bin. It doesn't care. It'll eat Siggy butts if it has to. It's in its natural state. It doesn't even give a crud. Oh! Oh my god, he barely got that disruptor before the shot just blew up his entire army. Clem dancing on the edge of death. Known for his wild attitude. Look at that. A turret had to build here. The Dark Templar finally gets cleaned up. Clem took a beating. But, oh, ball. No, he gets out. He always does. He always gets out. But wait, that one's on top. And of course, he picks up at the last second. Harstem tries to blink and punish, but he clicks on the wrong medevacs and the ghosts escape. Harstem trying to find a way to hang on. Look at this, guys. The Vikings came down, killed the Void Ray. So now we can follow up with a Liberator potentially to deny mining on that base. The minerals are completely gone, though. So far, 34 Disruptors have gone down for 36 Liberators. The balls! He gets 2 Ghosts of Marauder and 2 Marines. A nice shot. They're rare, but when they land, they're impactful. Gets a Marauder with that one as well. Clem has a big, massive army supply advantage. The Stalks and the DT is barely hanging on. He's trying to stave off the advance. Disruptor throws a shot from the left. Of course, the EMP and the Marauder shots take it down. The landed Vikings joining in the fray. Clem chasing down Harstem. He says, I've had enough. I want to finish this right here, right now. And I will jump on top of you. Holy crap. I don't even know, man. That was an insane game. GG. Well played. What in the hell? Clem wins a 3-1 that, let's be honest, in all of our minds after watching those games, feels more like a 3-2. Barely making an insane comeback in game 3 and barely winning game 4. What an insane match. And that there might be game of the year. That was a fantastic match. GG. Well played. All right, I hope you had some fun with that commentary. I've been trying to put out videos every day, but it can be a little bit tough sometimes with ad revenue being what it is for gaming content. If you want to support the content further, please click on the Patreon. There's a link down below in the description. You can go over there, and there is a bunch of different ways, all sorts of different custom tiers with different rewards that you can support to help me out and go that little bit extra to support the channel. Thank you so much, though, for watching as it is, and I'll catch you next time. Goodbye and good night.